So, you're on budget but with a bit of extra cash to spend on something more than a cheapest option. This is where Cubot X16's target audience is. On first glance, we see tempting lines and admirable craftsmanship. Cubot X16s is thin device with full metal frame, glass on the back and expansive feel in the hand. When you hold it, it feels solid and well made. On pressure, there is no crunching or any other unpleasant sound. Inside there is a MediaTek MTK635 chipset, which is a quad-core processor with Mali T720 graphics. 3GB of RAM with 16GB of storage is on board with Android 6. Not bad so far. Main purpose of phone is telephony, which without any doubt is working great in both ways. In addition, in-call speaker is really loud. Proximity and ambient light sensor are present. What is missing in standard trio is LED notification light. Cubot, really. Don't skip it next time. Front-facing camera is 5 megapixels, but with interpolation you get 8 megapixels. And what to say? I'm always impressed when I see features improve in lower segments. This is the case here. Front-facing camera shines a lot of details with good colors and excellent white balance in various situations. Represent real world. A front-facing camera video and audio test. There is a lot of noise coming from the street. Colors look natural, totally fine. But you can judge by yourself how good the video quality actually is. At the bottom we have capacitive touch buttons which are left over from cheaper segment. No backlight, but they were good with no complaints. Cubot X16s is taking same steps as its cheaper brother with excellent screen. Screen size is 5 inches with 720p resolution. It is really bright with deep blacks and good colors. Viewing angles are top-notch, combined with outdoor performance which is solid with no complaints. What is interesting is that at the edges of screen we see that it bends with aluminum frame, creating beautiful smooth transition. Speaking about frame, it is fully made of metal and it looks and feels great. Volume control buttons and power on/off button are also made of metal and they both feel great on touch. Antenna lines are present, they bend good in design philosophy with interesting fact that they are present on top, bottom and right side of the phone. Left side is absolutely clean. SIM tray slot is hybrid variation, accepting 1 micro and 1 nano SIM. In place of nano SIM you can put a micro SD card to increase internal storage. On the top we see 3.5mm jack with well-defined sound output, but not the loudest I heard. For some, this can be the deal breaker, but consider that sound is not quiet in any way, just not the loudest I heard. At bottom there is a micro USB port and microphone. This kind of design philosophy always brings beautiful device with no less beautiful backside. With that on mind, look at this. I wasn't able to define is back made of glass or some kind of plastic. Either way, it feels superb on touch and it is fingerprint magnet, but that is expected. Back is occupied with 8 megapixel f2.2 back camera sensor, which is interpolated to 13 megapixels. And now let's hold on here for the moment. From picture samples provided we can see few things. First of all, we have a sharp images, second they have a good colors, and third is solid white balance on all of them. Which lead us to conclusion that this camera is good. And yes, it is. I was really impressed with its performance. My theory is that other manufacturers don't tweak software enough. Because when you compare these pictures with pictures of more expensive phones, you can see that these cheaper devices can compete and even win in some cases. Videos are recorded in 1080p, they have constant 30 fps and as you can see they look pretty good. No complaints here. Backside also holds speakerphone, which is weak in terms of loudness, strong in terms of clarity. Moving on Android 6 performance on Cubot X16s, we can see good things. System is snappy, apps close and open fast, 3GB of RAM is plenty with a lot to spare. Chipset have a lot of power to spare because it needs to render just 720p resolution. Android modifications are minimal and they are done in good way. In terms of general feel and usage, I can say that I get the impression of well-optimized system which works as it should and more. AnTuTu and Geekbench results are here to be seen for those who want to compare. Dedicated gamers will be able to enjoy variety of games. Mali T720 is not high-end GPU, but still it manages to give decent frame rates in graphic-demanding games on 720p screen. Tested games are all heavy, but still they run relatively fluent. In short words, everything less demanding will run perfectly on Cubot X16s. 2700 mAh battery is not the biggest I've seen. Battery capacity test confirmed its size. Unfortunately, Geekbench update removed battery test, so I was unable to do it. First of all, battery is not big, but optimization is really good on Cubot X16s. When idling, I had minimal battery discharge, which is admirable thing. In words of time, I was getting a full day of mediocre usage, starting from 6 AM until 7 PM. This is with basic things and not too much on-screen time. If you start web browsing with a lot of 3G or games, bring a charger or power bank with you. Cubot has been proven once more that they know how to make a good all-around device. This time they have a few aces in sleeve. Well built, combined with good screen and solid hardware. Quad-core MediaTek processor with 3GB of RAM running Android 6 is providing beautiful user experience. Camera is really good. In short, I am impressed with it. You really get a lot for the money. Download still photo and video samples from link down below. All this for this price range is tempting, but with few shortcomings. There is no fingerprint sensor, but I consider this as fair trade. I would always trade feature like that for better build or more RAM. Slim design impacted battery capacity, which directly leads to shorter battery life. Impact is not that huge, but noticeable overall. For me personally, all this is minor thing, but still I needed to highlight them. From my point of view, X16s is really good bargain. It gives a lot for asking price. I'm really impressed with overall package, and when on top of all this I say that in box you get a really good case and a spare screen protector, what to say more. If you liked my review and if I managed to help you in any way, use provided links which leads you to the GearBest. In that way you will help me to get a new interesting products for reviews. Also like, subscribe, and until next review, see ya guys.